Here's just a quick update on all of the projects that I've currently got going on at the moment. So as you know, I've got my Night Rider car. I finished my conversion in the middle part of 2020, but it isn't 100% complete yet. I've still got a few bits and pieces to do to completely finish it off. So I'm just going to go through exactly what I need to do on my kit, and then I've got some other projects as well that I need to finish too. So as you can see, the interior, it's looking pretty good. First mistake of the day, don't leave your stand too close to your door. So I've just taken the paint off my door. Never mind, I'm going to have to fix that. I think I need some touch-up paint. I'm going to have to go around because there's a couple of bits on the car I just need to touch up, and now there's one more. Anyway, so going back to where I left off, so yeah, the interior is looking pretty good. As you can see, yeah, I'm happy with how it is at the moment, but I do need to change this dashboard. I have said it in a previous video. What I want to do is get my switch pods. There is an additional part or an additional section which comes off behind the gull-wing steering wheel there with some different buttons like turbo boost and stuff like that. I've not fitted the switch pod as of yet because I don't want to fit a new switch pod to this dashboard. I'd rather just get a whole new dashboard system because it will be a little bit more advanced. There will be much more advanced features that I can use from the dashboard, whereas this one's a little bit older. So that's one of the things that I'm going to try and do throughout this year. I'm going to try and get a whole new dashboard system. Not the top section or the bottom section, they're brand new, they're fine. That's just the front section here, and I will get a new gull wing. So that's one of the things I need to do this year, and if it's not this year, it's going to be the year after. But at the moment, I can still use it as a show car, I can still hire it out, I can still use it for what it is, because it still looks really good, as I'm sure you'd agree. Now, one of the other things I do need to do, put my scanner on, one of the other things I do need to do is I've got something in the back. If we open the trunk up, now this isn't something that has to be done immediately. This is something that's one of the finishing touches that I'm gonna do, and that is to put the cargo hatch at the back there. So I would like it if I had some type of a board that basically came down there, and you can get them on some of these models of Trans Ams. They did come with the actual cargo hatch which came down like that. Now because this is an 87, I don't think that these came with them. I'm not entirely sure, I'm not 100% sure on that. However, I think I can actually fit one. So I've got one upstairs above my garage, I just need to fit it. Well, I need to refurb it, I need to clean it all up, recarpet the top in the same carpet as this, and then fit it to the car. But as I said, it's not something that has to be done immediately. I can do that when I've got a little bit of spare time. At the moment, I've just got some of this, which I lay on top of the battery. Obviously, this is all of my, this is the leisure battery and my inverter that I use for all of my electronics on my dashboard. At the moment, I've just got this. This is the foam which I used to cover the upper section, the roof section in the car. So this is what I covered the actual T section in. I bought this off eBay. I had a little bit left over just to cover my electronics in the back there. I thought that would be quite good, quite handy to use, because as it's beige, as it's a tan colour, it will all blend in. So I thought I don't want to use any other colour apart from tan, because otherwise it will be a little bit of an eyesore when people look in the back of the trunk. you know, when they look through the glass. So that's another thing I need to do. Again, not a big job, but it's something I need to do at some point, maybe this year or next year. There's no rush though. So that's one of the things I need to do. Another thing I need to do is replace these with 15-inch turbo cast wheels. These are currently only 14-inch. I'm not that bothered at the moment. I would like a set of 15s, but they are very, very expensive and very hard to find here in the UK. I will get a set at some point, but for now, I've got my 14s, you know, I've got my nice caps. They look nice, brand new tyres. I've not ever had these refurbished because there's not really any need. I know I'm not going to be keeping these forever, so I've just left them as they are. They're absolutely fine. They're not quite as shiny as I'd like them to be, but I'm going to leave them as they are for now, and then try to find a set of 15-inch wheels sometime this year or maybe even next year. We'll see how that goes. So if we close this, yeah, you can see it there, look. I can't believe that. Absolutely gutted. Okay, I'll pop this. That's already open anyway. Now, one of the things I am going to do in the engine bay area is I'm going to try to make it a lot more futuristic. So it looks a lot more futuristic. By that, I'm going to try and add LED lights. I'm going to have more covers over the entire engine, so you can't see all of the pipes, all of the wires and all that. This is going to be a fair bit of work, but I think the end result is going to be really good. I think it's going to look really, really cool at the end of it. It's going to take a bit of money to do that, and probably quite a bit of customization, because I'm going to have to get things to fit this particular engine bay. So it's going to take a lot of work, but I think it's going to be worth it in the end. So that's one of the things I'm going to do. But that really is the last job, I think. I'm going to get the rest of the car done first, then I'm going to focus on the engine bay. And another job I need to do as well is I need to paint and spray that section there, because that hasn't been touched. So I need to clean that up and spray that little section in there and all of these plastics. But again, that isn't something that I need to do right now. I can do that towards the end, maybe at the time, maybe just before I start the engine bay, I can maybe replace all of those plastics and all of those grille sections there. So that's it for the Night Rider car. That is pretty much what I've got left to do. So I've got the section in the trunk, I've got my 15-inch wheels, my new dashboard system, front dash there, the engine bay, and the little section just below the windscreen there as well. And once I've done that, I will be pretty much 100% complete. Now, the only other thing I could do is I could try to get a clear glass, a trunk glass there. I did actually have one a while back, but I let that go, because I just could not be bothered to mess around trying to respray the whole new trunk and then fit it and all of that, because I've had this resprayed and the whole thing looks really nice. So I just, at the time, this was the middle part of last year, I really did not want to spend any more time on the paintwork. So I just wanted to leave it. I left it as it is, and I thought, you know what, that's good enough for now. I'm happy with how it looks. At some point in the future, I can revisit the trunk, and I can maybe try and search for a clear piece of glass, you know, a clear glass section trunk. But that's something we can do in the next couple of years. Again, that really isn't very important. But that's it for my Night Rider car. That's just an update, because although it does look finished, I'm sure you'd agree it looks pretty good. I'm happy with it anyway. It looks pretty good, and there's still bits to do on it, but I can still at the same time enjoy the car for what it is. I take it out, take it to car shows. I can, I hire the car out as well. Now lastly, I've got my quad bikes here that I've recently built in my garage. You've probably seen some videos that I've made over the last few weeks. I've made one of the green one. I did a track day test on that. I built this up. This is an air-cooled quad, and this is a water-cooled version, which I've not had a chance to test yet. So these are my other projects that I've got going on at the moment. So as soon as we're out of lockdown and the restrictions have been eased and I can go out and test these quads, I'll be making some videos and showing you exactly how they go and how they run. So what I plan to do is I plan to do another video on my green one, because the video that I put up before, the actual track footage of it wasn't anywhere near as good as I'd like. So I'm going to redo that video with lots more footage of the green one. Yeah, this is a really good, this is a fast little quad bike, really good fun. So I'm going to do a whole new track test on this, and also I'm going to try and do a top speed test and see how fast it goes. So that will be really interesting to see how quick this little thing goes in a straight line. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to test the blue one around the circuit and try to get lots of footage, lots of GoPro action, lots of GoPro footage on this, and then also I'm going to try and do a top speed test as well on the blue one, because this is going to fly. This thing is a lot faster than that. This is only about 8 to 9 horsepower. This is almost 15. So this is going to be a lot faster. So this is going to be the one that I'm really looking forward to testing. This is a great little quad bike. This is my first one that I built. And I've got my mini bike over there as well. I've not really touched my mini bike much in my videos over the last few months. Well, in fact, I don't think I've ever made a video on my mini bike, but that's something that I do race on a regular basis throughout the summer months here in the UK. What I'm going to do with that is I'm going to try a top speed test. I'm going to go onto a runway and see how fast I can go. It's a 40cc two-stroke, so pretty much I would say it's a similar engine to this one, because they're both water-cooled engines. They're both 40cc engines, but what I'm going to do is take that onto an airstrip. Well, I'm going to take this onto an airstrip as well and test the top and try and get a good top speed test on this one. But because that's my race bike, I need to be a little bit careful. I don't want to go and blow the engine up because I'm trying to go too fast. So I need to be a little bit careful on that. I'm not going to go too crazy. I'm going to try and get 60 to 70 miles an hour out of that thing. Anything over 60, I'll be quite happy. You know, you never know. 70 miles an hour is definitely possible. Probably a lot more. I'd probably be able to hit 75 with that if I geared it right down for just top end speeds. But as I said, because that's my race engine, I don't want to go too crazy. I don't want to push that too hard, because if I blow that up now or seize the engine, I've then got to rebuild it for this race season, and it's all ready to go. So that's one of the things I want to do on that bike. They are similar engines, as they're both water cooled, but that's a Miami, that's a Blatter. So they are quite a bit different. There is a lot of difference in terms of power and torque. That's got a lot more power and a lot more torque, but this is running a 20mm carburetor, and that's only got a 15. So because I'm running a 20mm carburetor on this is going to be pumping out a bit more power than if I had a 15 like that's got. So to be honest, they might actually not be too far off the same power now, because I've got a much bigger carburetor on that. But that doesn't make too much difference, because this is obviously my quad and that's my bike, and the power gets put down a lot differently because it's a quad bike. And these literally are just for fun. Yeah, I don't race these. These are just for taking to circuits and having a good bit of fun on. So that's an update from me. I've got a lot to do this year, plus I've got lots more other projects planned. Lots and lots of other projects that I'm currently building up at the moment. I've got a really good project coming up in the next couple of months. In fact, I'm actually doing research on a new project at the moment. I'm trying to find a particular type of engine to put in a particular type of chassis, and that's going to be something that's going to be coming up over the next couple of months, and I'm going to see how fast that goes, because this is completely different to what I normally do, but it's going to be good fun. So that's an update from me. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Just hit that bell notification icon so that you get notified if I make any more videos.